Get bit on the hand and earn a hefty bonus. Get a tattoo of the said bite mark and multiply that bonus twice over. Sounds like a total scam, doesn't it? Such was the story of perhaps the most bizarre moment in the history of the UFC. Speaking of bizarre incidents, we noticed most viewers aren't subscribing to our channel. Would you do us a favor and hit that subscribe button? Get bit, get released. Contender Series alumni Andre Lima and Igor Severino created a viral moment of a strange bit of an attack. During the second round of their match, Igor did something gnarly, biting his opponent on the arm while pressing him against the cage. Not only was Igor soon released from his contract, but Dana awarded Lima a bonus of $50,000 for being on the receiving end of the whole incident and also getting it tattooed. This might be the first of its kind of a biting incident like this in the UFC, but let's hope it will be the last. Well, Igor isn't the only one who lost his job at the UFC for doing something silly. A few more incidents like this have happened in the past. Paul Daly's Punch-Out. If we go back in time, something similar along those lines occurred in the UFC. After getting thoroughly dominated by Josh Koscheck's superior wrestling for all 3 rounds, Paul Daly decided to do something foolish. The English fighter Daly, who's well known for being a brawler, felt it was necessary to sucker punch Josh after the fight, which he ended up whiffing completely. But guess what? The UFC promptly decided to release Daly, cutting his UFC run with just 1 fight on his record. Rousimari Polares. Much like Daly, Mr. Rousimari also enjoyed a rather short-lived career in the UFC, but it was not as short as Daly's. As some MMA fans will recall, Polares was quite famous for his mean submission game. Unfortunately for him, this very thing became his kryptonite, which saw him being released from the UFC. Polares was not just an elite grappler who could finish his nemesis in minutes, but he was also quite infamous for holding on to the submission for a little too long. He did exactly that not once but twice during his UFC run. In the second instance, Polares chose to hold on to a dangerous ankle lock against Mike Pierce. This could have damaged Pierce severely and hurt his career moving forward. To protect the interest of the fighters, the UFC made a strong decision against him, cutting him from the roster, as Dana White had just about had enough of the man. The James Krause betting scandal. Those unfamiliar with this James Krause saga would soon grow to hate the man. He's the major reason why anyone associated with the UFC, be it a fighter or analyst, cannot bet on the fights anymore. Krause was an ex-fighter who fought under the banner for some time. Post-retirement, he chose to take up a coaching position, training his army of fighters to chase UFC gold, including Brandon Moreno. Things took a rather crazy turn when Krause openly made tall claims on the MMA Hour about making more money via betting on fights than coaching his fighters. He even revealed that he has a group named the 1% Club on Discord where he carries out his betting activities along with his followers. Coaches are privy to all the nitty-gritty details about a fighter's training camp and injuries. Crucial information like that could impact the betting ring in a major way. No sooner than the statement had been released, things started firing off everywhere. UFC soon took action, banning fighters, coaches, and anyone linked with the UFC from betting on fights. Moreover, a couple of fighters were also caught in this drama who were reportedly linked with Krause. This all led to a massive investigation, ultimately leading to Krause and anyone still associated with his camp being banned from the UFC. Like and share if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to follow Sportskeeda MMA on all our social media platforms.